Hello everyone, this is Professor Robert Solis. Welcome to this video. This is the orientation for the CS157 course. Now it happens to be spring 2018, but I may use this same video for future CS157 orientation videos. So this is the syllabus. If you were to go to Canvas, and you're looking at my instructor's perspective, so your perspective will look a little bit different, but in the syllabus tab, here is the syllabus area, and so basically you're going to be learning the beginning aspects of iOS programming using the Swift programming language. That's what this class is all about, Introduction to Swift. So here's my phone number. Really the best way to get a hold of me is to send me an email because I really don't have access to my office phone as often as I do with my email address. You can always send me an email if you have any concerns or questions or something that you want to communicate with me. In terms of the textbook, we are going to be using the free Intro to App Development with Swift. So let me copy this, Control C, or Command C I should say, by Apple. And what you need to do is you need to open up the iBooks app on your Macintosh. And when you go to the iBooks store, you are going to search for the text. And that should come up in a second. There it is. And you'll notice that it says Intro to App Development with Swift Apple Application. So click on this, download the application, and then if I go to my library, I'll show you what that looks like. So you'll see over here, I have the Teacher's Edition as well, and here's the Student Edition, so I'll just click on that. Let me double click on it, in fact, and it'll open up the text. Alright, so here's the text, and let me go ahead and fill up the screen here, something like that. And I'm going to go back over here to the beginning of the text, so I'll click over here in the table of contents, go to the introduction, and then I'm just going to use the arrow to go from page to page. So I want you to read all this. You'll notice that it's going to ask you to download Xcode. So you may or may not have Xcode. First of all, you have to have a Mac that's running Mac OS High Sierra or Sierra, so you may need to go to the App Store and download the latest and greatest Mac operating system. Next, it tells you to download Xcode, and so all you have to do is click on this hyperlink, and that will take you to the area where you can download Xcode. And so we're going to be using Xcode 9, but if you used Xcode 8, that's okay as well. And then there are a ton of project files that come with this textbook. So you'll notice over here it says project files for the course. Download the resources for Xcode using the following link. Well, depending on which one you used, which one of the Xcode versions you use, you'll click on the appropriate link. So I'm using Xcode 9, so I click on this guy and download all of the files. And so what you'll do is you'll read through this. Now you'll notice that the chapters are relatively short. Like this is chapter 1 or lesson 1. And if I go through this really quickly, wow, that was quick. But here's the story. What'll happen is at the very beginning it'll say open the Playground Basics Playground file in your folder you downloaded and follow the directions. Well, when you follow the directions, you'll notice that there may be 9, 10 pages of reading and performance in terms of either programming or creating an app in that particular lesson. That's going to take some time. So even though the chapters are short, when it tells you to down or to open up a particular playground, there's content in there that's going to take time to analyze. So if I go back over here to my syllabus, you'll notice that I have broken down week by week all of the various lessons that we're going to go through. We basically have 20 lessons or 21 lessons that we're going to go through within the 15 weeks, the 16th week being the final exam week. So let me go back over here just to make sure that you understand. That's the free textbook that you'll be using. You're going to get free software in terms of the download, because Xcode is free, and also the Xcode is free, and the download for the resources for Xcode is also for free. So this is a wonderful thing for this course. You shouldn't have to spend for anything except for the tuition for the course. In terms of the grading policy, pretty much an A is 90 to 100. B is 80 to 89, so forth and so on. Note that there will not be any makeup quizzes or exams. Mostly you're going to probably be creating projects, quizzes, or exams. We'll talk more about this as the semester progresses. And then in terms of how many exams or projects that you'll be completing, you'll notice over here pretty much you have 6 items to complete. Everything is worth 16.67% for the 5 projects, and then the final exam is 16.65%. So in other words, everything is pretty much worth the same. I've already mentioned the various content that you're going to be completing for week 1, week 2, so forth and so on. So notice over here for week 1, I want you to get started with the lesson 1 playground basics. So that means over here, if I go back over here at the beginning, so here's the intro. You're going to read all that. Here's the intro using the book. You're going to download stuff, and then you're going to start with lesson 1. Lesson 1 tells you to open the playground basics.playground file in the folder. You perform all that, answer these questions, and that's it. That's it for lesson 1. Now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to create supplemental videos, for example, maybe additional labs, and then I'll put those in the modules section. So over here you'll see it says modules. Right now it's not activated, but I will activate it and say, okay, I'd like for you to take into consideration this video lesson, and you'll follow along with me to just basically give you additional content for each of these different chapters. And that's it. So this is Professor Robert Solis. Welcome to the course. I'll see you next time.